Welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely pumped to guide you through today's topic because we're looking at a massive turning point in the tech landscape. If you've been watching the industry, you already know that the Wild West days of the generative AI gold rush, those are officially over. As we look at the landscape in 2026, the industry has really matured into three highly structured, highly specialized career paths. We're going to look closely at Anthropic's new 2026 rollout, breaking down the exact trajectories they've designed for developers, researchers, and scientists. And this brilliantly illustrates a foundational insight from Rajarshi Mani Sinha. He's an 18-year-old AI developer, author, and community voice who's deeply analyzed Anthropic's new programs. He points out that we aren't just racing to build the biggest foundational models anymore. The industry-wide pivot right now is entirely focused on safe, real-world deployment. The question is literally no longer can we build it, but rather how do we deploy it safely to actually help people.
So here's our roadmap for today. 1. The 2026 AI Paradigm Shift. 2. Anthropic Fellows, focusing on advanced research. 3. Claude Core, for the public good. 4. AI for Science, focusing on global grants. And 5. Choosing your AI trajectory. Think of this as a choose-your-own-adventure breakdown so you can identify your absolute perfect fit.
Section 1. Anthropic Fellows, the high-stakes empirical research track.
Let's jump right into our first character class. This is basically the heavyweight division. If you're someone who eats, sleeps, and breathes machine learning, and your terminal is just constantly running Python scripts, well, this highly competitive residency was built specifically for you. Each fellow gets a massive $15,000 monthly compute allowance. As anyone in the ML space knows, compute constraints are the ultimate bottleneck when you're trying to innovate, right? Providing 15 grand a month, dedicated purely to running experiments, testing open source models, and pushing public APIs to their absolute limits, that's unbelievable financial backing. It completely breaks that bottleneck.
Let's quickly and punchily run through the logistics here, because this is not some casual side hustle. It's a rigorous 4-month full-time commitment at 40 hours a week. In return, fellows get a substantial $3,850 weekly stipend. You'll get to use shared workspaces in Berkeley, California, or London in the UK. Remote work is permitted, but there's a strict boundary. You absolutely must have legal work authorization and be located in the US, the UK, or Canada for the whole duration of the program.
But what is all that compute power and funding actually for? Well, Anthropic expects fellows to have absolute fluency in Python and a strong background in ML systems, economics, or cybersecurity. They want to see a solid track record of open source contributions, like reporting CVEs, common vulnerabilities and exposures. Why? Because the absolute expectation here is that you're going to produce public, empirical research that actively safeguards society and reduces catastrophic risks from advanced AI systems. It's high stakes and it is deeply theoretical.
Section 2. Claude Core, deploying AI for the public good.
Let's move to and see how this builds into something fiercely practical. While the Fellows program is deeply theoretical, the Claude Core is all about community impact, really taking AI out of the lab and embedding it directly into the real world. It's a 12-month marathon, coming with a full-time salary of $85,000 a year plus health benefits. And this is all made possible by a massive $150 million initial commitment in partnership with CodePath and Social Finance. That is incredibly solid financial footing for technologists who are looking to make a real difference on the ground level.
Now, I want to slow down for a second for a really crucial realization, especially for the self-taught coders and bootcamp grads watching us right now. To get into the Claude Core, there are 0 prestigious university degree requirements, literally none. What you absolutely need instead is undeniable proof of execution. This track is engineered for early career professionals with less than 2 years of full-time experience. So to get in, you've got to showcase a project, a tool, or an automation that you have scoped and built end-to-end entirely on your own. Logistically, this one is strictly US-based, and there's no visa sponsorship available. You're armed with $2,500 in Claude API credits, but here's the most fascinating part to me. You're basically acting as a utility player. You'll be embedded right into nonprofits, places like the Montgomery County Food Bank or Team Red, White and Blue, as well as government agencies. Your job is to build functional agents, streamline client intake processes, and actually run training sessions for the non-technical staff so that your solutions keep working long after your 12-month fellowship is over.
Section 3. AI for Science, accelerating scientific discovery.
Shifting gears away from individual residencies entirely, we're stepping squarely into the realm of institutional support. Instead of a salary, this program provides a massive computational runway for academia to really accelerate global scientific discovery. Selected researchers are awarded up to $20,000 in free standard Claude API credits. That gives research teams the bandwidth, over 6 months, to crack complex global scientific problems, analyze incredibly dense data sets, design complex experiments, and generate hypotheses at an unprecedented scale using Anthropic's models.
Unlike the Claude Core, this is a truly global initiative. It's open to applicants worldwide except for residents of embargoed nations like Belarus, China, Russia, Syria, or Iran. You must be 18 or older and officially attached to an academic or nonprofit research institution. But, and please pay close attention to this critical caveat, you must secure permission from your institution to participate. Why? Because Anthropic explicitly retains the right to use the generated data, both inputs and outputs, for product development and model training.
Getting these grants is fiercely competitive, as you might imagine. Applications are evaluated on the first Monday of every single month. To win this grant, you've got to prove deep subject matter expertise in fields like biology, healthcare, physics, or environmental science. The review committee is going to judge applications strictly on the pure scientific merit of the project, the technical feasibility of the generative AI use case, and, of course, the specific credentials of the research team.
Section 4. Choosing your AI trajectory. Where do you fit in the 2026 ecosystem? Okay, let's dive into this.
We've seen the high-stakes empirical research, the on-the-ground public good deployment, and the institutional scientific grants. So, how do you decide where you fit into this maturing ecosystem? Well, take a look at the raw data right here. If you're an advanced ML empirical researcher fluent in Python in the US, UK, or Canada, the Fellows track with that $15,000 compute allowance is your launchpad. If you're a US-based, early career, self-taught developer who wants to build practical tools, that $85,000 Claude Core salary is calling your name. And if you're part of a global academic institution trying to crack dense biological or physical problems, you need to apply for that $20,000 AI for Science API grant. It's all about matching your current skills, your location constraints, and your career stage to these specific paths.
The landscape of artificial intelligence is no longer just about who can train the biggest model. It's about deploying those models responsibly to actively reduce risk, help our communities, and accelerate human knowledge. Anthropic has provided the structure, the funding, and the compute power. The only question left is, which 2026 trajectory will you choose to build tools that matter? Take a look at your portfolio, check your Python scripts, or talk to your research lab, and take that next step. Thank you so much for exploring this with me today. Keep learning, and I'll see you in the next explainer.